Hello and good morning, everyone. It is Donna Gray here, your Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland, coming to you live this morning on Tuesday, the 11th of February, 2025. I'm super excited to be here for another fun fold, and I'm telling you, you loved the one yesterday. You're going to love the one today. It is another wonderful fun fold card that we're doing today. So welcome. I can see quite a few of you are jumping on. It's taking me a bit to get on here this morning. I've had messages left, right, and center happening from people on my phone, so I do apologize. I think I have it on silent. Do I? No, it's on silent now. So I'm going to do that because there's been many messages backwards and forwards about our fundraiser for the California wildfires. So good morning. I can see Julie was on first cab off the rank this morning. Kerry, Margaret, Glenda, Daryl, Marilyn, Jill, Sue, welcome. Debbie, lovely to see you. Watching from Michigan, thank you. Okay, so just remember, I will recap this again. Remember to like and share my video and type liked and shared in the comments so that that you can go into the draw to win a prize at the end of the week. I mean, we have 3 or 4 more days to go. Good morning, Judith. Ellen, welcome from Arizona. Great card yesterday. Another great one again today, Ellen. You're going to love it. Nancy, welcome. Linda, Matthew, lovely to see you all. Heather from the UK, lovely to see you all. I've got something on my glasses. I've got like this spot on my glasses that I'm looking through a blur on my glasses. So good morning. I've been tirelessly trying to get the measurements for this card so that they will work for our size cards. So sometimes we see things that are from the UK or from the US and their measurements are totally different. So I've converted this into my Australian measurements, and I had a team member that sent me a Christmas card like this, and I said to her, I physically have to case this card because I think it is absolutely wonderful. I will show you her card at the end of it after we have created this fun, awesome fun fold card. So while people are jumping on, I just want to remind you that we are raising funds for the people that have been affected by the Californian wildfires. So we have, I think something like 29 demonstrators from all around the world that have donated their expertise and their craftiness to a Facebook group that we are giving back for the people that actually give to the wildfire fund. We are actually giving you some crafting inspiration back. So I thought, what better way of raising funds for the people that are affected by the wildfires, but to also give you back something for your money, because not often do we donate that we get anything for the money other than the gratitude that we are helping out. And that's what we need to not lose sight of, is that we're actually raising the money for the people that have been affected. So please, you can scan that QR code there. It's going to cost you $20 US. The foundation that we are going to, all the funds that we raise, we are actually going to donate to the Glenn Miller Mercury One Foundation. So that is where the money's going to go. Yes, it is being collected through a PayPal link. So we wanted to let you know, Marcy is collecting the money through the PayPal link. Then she is adding you into the crafty group. Nothing is going to happen in there until about the 28th of the month, or maybe 27th, 28th of the month. Nothing's going to go in there. We're just tirelessly working to get the people into that Facebook group. But your money, once we've collected all the money, we will then donate it to the Glenn Miller Mercury One Foundation. So you can scan that link there. Scan that QR code there on the screen if you would like to donate. You've been trying to donate, but you're having trouble using the link. Marilyn, the link will go straight to PayPal and you just do a PayPal payment. So you just choose, you have to select one. So I think it's probably that it's like you have to purchase one. So you select one and then continue. So, but I can also, anyway, there's a link. I've shared it on my page as well. So the PayPal link itself is on the page, or you can scan that QR code there on the screen. If you are having trouble, Marilyn, I suggest that you reach out to Marcy Bessica. She's the one that's actually collecting the money. So Marcy Bessica from California, please reach out to her and just tell her what's happening, because she's the one that's in charge of all of the collecting of the donations. So thank you to everyone that has donated, and thank you to everyone that is going to donate. We really, really appreciate it. Now, this week, with everything that I'm doing this week, if you purchase $150 or more through my online store from the 7th of February right through to the 18th of February, using my host code, you must spend $150 before postage. You will earn yourself a free kit of all 5 of my awesome fun folds that I'm doing this week. So this is part 2 of my fun fold series. If you haven't watched part 1 yesterday, the card was amazing. I could actually go and grab that off my kitchen bench. I'll bring that card in case you missed it, because I'm telling you, it was spectacular. Today is going to be just as spectacular. I'm telling you, you're going to absolutely love what we do today. And I've got a lot of things that I've done ahead of time to try and save time. There's a fair bit of cutting and things involved with this fun fold. I can actually pop the instructions. Here's the cutting guide for everything that I am doing today. Now, my suggestion would be to to take a screenshot, and then you'll have all of the cutting dimensions. But once you see this card come together, it looks like a lot of cutting dimensions and things there, but once you see it come together, it is absolutely fantastic. So please just take a screenshot of that. I will pop these measurements back up at the end again. So for anyone that is looking for the measurements, at the beginning or the end of my video, you will be able to see all of the measurements. All right. So a couple of other things that I wanted to talk to you about. My sweet sampler kits are up for grabs again. So by popular demand, I've had more people that have been asking for the sweet sampler kits. You can scan that QR code there. You get a sampling of all 5 of the sweets, but mine's a little bit different. There's a little bit of a twist. You actually get 2 card bases, 2 coordinating layers, and 2 inserts for each of the suites. So you get enough supplies to make 10 cards straight off the bat. And you'll have way more supplies left over. But it's a great way of getting a sampling and being able to see what the suites are like. You get a sampling of the ribbon, a sampling of the embellishments, and a sampling of the designer series paper. Plus you get 2 card bases, 2 contrast layers, and 2 inserts for every single suite. So that's 5 suites in total. You have supplies to make 10 cards, if not more. So thank you to all of those that are liking and sharing my video. If you give me the thumbs up and you like my video and you share my video onto your social media platform, so share it back onto Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, just share it onto your timeline, and then other people that are on your friends list can come and hang out with us. And let's see if we can get lots of people on this morning. We got up to 98 people live yesterday. So let's see if we can crack that 100 mark. So everybody, make sure you like and share. If you like and share my video and type liked and shared into the comments here, I'm going to put everyone's name into a name picker, and I'm going to choose a prize at the end of the month. Now, for people that are international, you can definitely like and share my videos. And for the international viewers, you will get one of my handmade cards sent out to you. For the people that are here in Australia, we will have a selection of products that I will give away a prize at the end of the week every week. So even if you're watching the replay, please make sure you like and share the video and pop into the comments liked and shared, because that helps get my crafting out to more people. We only have a couple of weeks left of Sale-A-Bration. So Sale-A-Bration, we have a great joining offer. This offer is too good to pass up. $397 worth of product for only $169. That's a no-brainer. That's like nearly half price. You can get option 1, which is 2 packs of our Stampin' Up markers in the color families of your choice. So you can pick the brights and the regals, or you can pick the brights and the neutrals, or you can pick the brights and the subtles, whatever you like. So you've got 20 colors that you'll be able to play with straight off the bat. They are like mini ink pads. You can use them directly on your ink, directly on your stamp. So I'm telling you, if you're just getting started, that is definitely the one to go for. If you already own Stampin' Up markers, or Stampin' Up markers aren't something that you would like to go for, you can go for option number 2, which is $51 extra to choose from in your starter kit. So both starter kits, the first starter kit, you get to choose $235 worth of product, and you only pay $169, but you get the exclusive stamp set, the 2 packs of Stampin' Up markers. If you go for option number 2, you will actually get $286 worth of product that you can choose from and still only pay $169. Silly question again. Is Sweet Sampler a rolling subscription or no? Colleen, it's not a rolling subscription. It's a one-off payment. Yep, one-off payment. And it's the same sweet, collection as last time. So there's no need to have a rolling subscription. It's just you buy the Sweet Sampler kits. So if you want another Sweet Sampler kit, then you register again and pay again. But yeah, it's just a one-off payment for the Sweet Sampler kits, and that's it. So good morning. I can see quite a few are jumping on, so I'm super excited about that. Okay, couple of other things. I do a scrapbooking class here in person. I also do it's too late now to register for either of these, but you can subscribe for next month. So my Creative Card Club is a card class that gets sent out to you by mail. It is a quarter pack of paper, a full pack of embellishments, a length of ribbon, and cardstock to make 8 beautiful designs with a PDF tutorial sent out. And that's a rolling subscription club every month. That is something to help you with your creativity. You will need the Beautiful Butterflies bundle to be able to create these cards, and you can actually purchase that as an extra added bonus on top. The Scrap It With Me workshop, that is a class that I hold here. So the Creative Card Club is held in person here on the 3rd Thursday of every month. The Scrap It With Me workshop kit is held on the 1st Thursday of the month, and I've also introduced a Saturday Scrap It With Me workshop class, and that will be held on the 3rd Saturday of the month, because I had people that were reaching out to me wanting a Saturday class. So I have listened, and I have definitely listened to you and put that on my books. Basic foundations of card making for someone that is brand new to crafting. I have lots of things that go on in my business. So someone that's brand new to crafting, or someone that has struggled with their card making, the basic foundations of card making, I've teamed up with my lovely friend Rose Ward, and we are teaching you all the tips and tricks that we know in our time that we've been crafting. So we are gradually working our way up to more complex things. This month, I did my video yesterday for the first one for the month. You get access to a private Facebook group. You get so much more content when you're a member of the Basic Foundations of Card Making. And then at the end of the month, we do a live video, Rose Ward and myself, and we do a Zoom call that the members of our Basic Foundations of Card Making get to be a part of that Zoom call, and we stream it live on our YouTube channels the last Friday of the month. So if you're interested in learning the basics and helping you with your creativity and helping you make card making easier, Basic Foundations of Card Making is definitely for you. It's $50 per month, and you get a sampling of products every month that we craft with. Okay, that's about all I think I need to chat with you about. Let's get on to making this exciting new fun fold. So just remember, for anyone that shops with me this week, you spend $150 or more, you will get a free card kit to be able to recreate these awesome fun folds. I will pop my link up. You can see the shop online link up, this QR code up there in the corner of the screen. So you can actually use that QR code, or you can use the link that's in the description to shop for any of the products, which helps me with my business. So I'm going to be using the mixed florals this morning. So that it's the mixed media florals is the designer series paper. So I've got the designer series paper up the top here. I've done a fair bit of cutting beforehand. I will put those cutting instructions up really quickly just now. So if anyone wants to cut their bits and pieces, please take a screenshot of that or take a photo of that so that you can then cut your pieces and craft along with me if you like. It's always good to be able to come back to this video and be able to grab those measurements and be able to recreate these awesome fun fold cards. So this is part 2 of my 5-part series of fun folds, and I wanted to make them fairly easy, which this one's a little bit more complex, but it's still pretty easy. I mean, fun folds, I think a lot of people overthink the fun folds, and I think once you actually see them come together, you will realize that they are not that hard. All right, so first of all, we have I've got the mixed media florals stamp set here. I'm also going to be using the dies. We're going to be coloring a little bit, so we're going to stamp a beautiful flower and coloring a little bit. And I did miss one thing in those measurements. I did miss about having a piece of window sheet or acetate, but I will actually tell you how you can get your hands on that quite easily. You don't actually have to worry about purchasing window sheets, but if you want to make several of these, then I suggest purchasing a pack of those sheets. All right, so first of all, I'm going to I've got a piece of cardstock here that is cut at 4 inches, and I think it's cut at 11.5 inches. I'm just going to double check that I did cut it. Yes, I did cut it at 11.5 inches. All right, so 4 inches this way, 11.5 inches this way. We are going to score this one at 1 inch. Whoops, 1 inch. At 4 3/4 inches, at 5 3/4 inches, at 7.5 inches, and at 9 3/4 inches. Okay. We also have a couple of little white tabs here that are 2 inches by 1 1/4 inch wide. We're going to score those at 1 inch. And I tend to cheat a little bit here. These are just tabs that are going to hold our front piece to the back piece, okay? So I'm actually going to fold all of those pieces on my score lines. So we've got these folds here. So now, what I want to tell you, and I'm going to leave my paper trimmer out here because I'm going to need that. So I'm just going to grab my bone folder and I'm going to crease those folds really nicely with my, once again, grotty bone folder that I can't find my proper one. That this one I used for re-inking my my ink pads, and it's all stained from re-inking my ink pads. I now have moved on to using a spoon to re-ink my ink pads to massage the ink in instead of my bone folder. All right, so we have that happening there. Now what we want to do is we want to take the panel here. It's a bit hard to see with the white. We've got 3 larger panels here. Then we've got a small one, then we've got a big large one and a small one. So we want to take this end where we've got the 3 panels that look pretty even. They're not even, but they look pretty even. But we want to pop that into our trimmer with those 3 panels facing upwards. We want to go to 1 1/4 inches over here. We want to take our trimmer and we are going to go down to that 3rd score line. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, and it's about 5 3/4 inches. I think I did say 6 inches on the thing, but it's about 5 3/4 inches. We're coming down to that 3rd score line. We've got it 1 1/4 inches there. We're then going to take it 1 1/4 inches over this way, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut down to that 3rd score line, which is about 5, it's nearly 6 inches. We're going down to that score line, okay? So that is what you're going to have, is those pieces there. Now, I haven't gone right down to that score line, so I'm probably going to use my scissors just to finish that off. All right, so we have our piece. I'm just going to go down because I didn't go quite to that score line. Okay, so we have our piece like this. So we've got our piece here. We've got these 3 pieces here. This one here, we're actually going to cut that off. So I'm just going to fold those 2 pieces in behind there, and I'm just going to run that up and cut that off there. Okay, so we're just cutting that middle piece out. So we end up with this. Okay. So are you all following me? All right. So that's going to be how our card is going to lay, but then it's going to sit up like this. It's a really pretty card. All right. Now these two pieces that we have scored, we are actually going to fold those in half. They're going to attach our front piece to our back piece. I'm going to sit that aside for a minute, and I'm now going to adhere all of these pieces the way they're going to go on the card. We've got that there and that there. So you'll see there's lots and lots of little pieces here, but honestly, you can do this instead of having the contrast layer. You can cut your designer series paper to the layers that I've got for the old olive if you want to, if you don't want to do as much cutting and gluing. I just like that contrast layer. I think it just makes such a difference when you have that contrast layer in behind when you're making cards like this. It just brings out that designer series paper a lot more and makes it stand out a lot more. Now I'm using the reverse side of this designer series paper along with the front side of the designer series paper. And the reason why I love doing that is sometimes we have really good contrast paper on the reverse side of our designer series paper. How awesome is it that we can actually use both sides of the paper? So sometimes you'll find that you might like both sides of the paper. Sometimes you may only like one side and not the other. So when you like one side and not the other, you don't tend to worry too much about cutting into it. But when you like both sides, sometimes it's really hard to pick and choose which side of the designer series paper you want to use. So I've made the decision that I am going to use the reverse side and the front side of this paper. So as you can see, it's a lovely pattern, and bringing that black and white into it, I just think adds a little bit of interest into the card. Excited to discover the new fun fold, Jeanette? Well, I'm glad you're excited to see a different fun fold. All right. I have a fun fold that I really want to do. One of my team members created this gorgeous fun fold with the butterfly suite, and I so want to do it. And I've actually asked her, can I case it, because it is fantastic. But I don't know whether I'm going to do it in this week's, we might do it in this week's videos. I don't know. I've got a couple of fun folds up my sleeve that I'm thinking of doing. So remember, if you place an order for $150 or more, you will get a card kit to make all 5 fun folds that I create in my 5 videos this week. So please make sure that you have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure you subscribe, because you then don't miss any of the videos that I do. I'm going to leave that one there because I haven't stamped on it. So I'm going to leave it because it's for my back panel. Now, while I've got this down here, I'm actually going to decorate these front pieces. So these pieces here. Oh, no, wait, she says, wait. No, I'm going to glue them on the inside. Actually, no, it's totally okay. I can do that. Sorry, I'm discussing what I'm doing as I'm going along. But so this one here is going to go here. So with all of the measurements, I've done the measurements to make them fit really nicely on these panels. Let me pop that up there a bit. Okay, so this one's going to be on the middle here. And this one's going to be on the middle. Whoa. And before I actually adhere this together, I'm going to pop a sheet of acetate. Actually, I don't know whether I'm going to need the sheet of acetate. I think I might stamp my image first and color my image and work out whether I actually need the piece of acetate. Depending on what you're going to embellish on the front is whether you're going to need the piece of acetate. So I actually don't think I'm going to need it. I think I'm going to be able to adhere my flower on the front without it. But I will suggest how it can be done. All right. Now, these two pieces here they're actually going to lay down in here. I can put one in, but the other one I need to add my little anchors on first before I can do that. So I can put this one over in here. That's totally okay. And I can put the middle panel in here. But when it comes to this panel, I need to put my tabs in first. So let's put the middle panel in. Oh, well done, Judah. So Judah said that she's seen this before, but it's nice to see how it's actually done. Now, I've cheated a little bit because the way it was done, it actually had tabs that were on the end here. We didn't have enough length in our cardstock to be able to do that. And I always like to make my cards the full length of the envelope so that they fill out the whole envelope. So my thought process was, you know what, I can actually make tabs and connect it with these tabs. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add this tab here. So I'm going to put it right up to the top and have it folded so that that's sitting in there. And actually, to tell you the truth, I probably need to, let's push it out a little bit further. We need to make sure that we are beyond that fold. So we're probably going to have some tab bits. I think when this folds over, it's going to sit nicely. Yep, not too bad. Okay, so we've got to make sure that our tabs aren't interrupting that fold. Okay. It's a new fun fold for you, Deborah. You'll give it a go. Sounds awesome. All right. Now, I think my thought process is I would like to probably angle, I'd like to angle this top piece here with my scissors so that it's actually not going to protrude anywhere. So I think I'm going to miter the edges of this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in like that and in like that. So it's not going to protrude out anywhere when I actually adhere the front to the back. So that way and that way. So just some little wedges cut out of that so that when it actually folds over here, we're not going to see any of those protruding out. Okay, so we're going to add a bit of glue on here. And I'm just going to press that down there, like so. Okay, so I've got that one piece there. This one here, I'm going to add some glue to that tab. And I'm just going to press that down there like that. Okay, so that is the fun fold part of our card done. I'm just going to insert this other piece then to cover up those pieces that we popped in there. Once that takes hold. Hello, Beck. How you going? Just going to have a mouthful of my coffee while I'm holding that glue. So yesterday I went down to get my tires put on my car and had to come back because I didn't have the tires. Today they call me and tell me they've got the tires. So now today I'm going to go back down again to get the new tires put on my car. I'm a bit excited because my tires definitely needed to be replaced. So now what I'm going to do is with this piece, I'm just going to slide that piece in here like so to cover up those two working pieces that we've put on there. So just, it's a little bit fiddly getting that one last piece in there, but it really covers up where we've put those two tabs on. And then we have a gorgeous card that sits up like that. Okay, so this is called, I think it's called a floating hexagon card. I think that's what they called it. All right. So now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stamp a flower for the front. So let's grab a piece of basic white that I have a piece right here. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take this flower out of the stamp set. So this is the flower that is are they daisies? Daisies? I think they're daisies. Is that what they're called? I'm not I don't know the names of flowers, but anyway, I'm sure they're daisies. So I'm going to ink up with my smoky slate. Now, the reason why I ink up with smoky slate is I don't like too strong of a color as my lined image. I like to not have it overpowered. I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat. I'm going to ink that up. And then I'm going to stamp that on my scrap piece of basic white. And then we are going to color with our Wink of Stella. Now, I need a little bit of help with what color I'm going to do these flowers, because as you can see, the coloring, and because I put that on the Pierce mat, it's a photopolymer stamp set. So because I put it on the Pierce mat, it gives you a nice, good, crisp stamped image. Now, I've pulled out Pool Party and I've also pulled out Lost Lagoon. I'm going to do all the leaf image in my Old Olive, but I've pulled out these two colors. Now tell me, which color are they called? Cone flowers. Well, there you go. Cone flowers. So which color do you think we will go for as far as the coloring of the petals? Now, it's crafting, people. A lot of people go, but you don't have blue flowers. And that's totally okay, because we can have them whatever color we want, because this is my party and I'm going to color the way I want. So which color do you think we should do? Lost Lagoon or Pool Party? So I might have two goes at this, because honestly, I might end up changing my mind on the color. Or maybe I could stamp two and we could make the decision of which one we want to go for. How about we do that? Let me grab another piece of paper. We'll stamp two of the images and we'll work out which one we decide to go for. Okay, so I'm going to ink up that stamp once again with my smoky slate, and we will stamp a second one. And I will do the Old Olive coloring first so we can make the decision of what color we're going to do the flowers. I could possibly do the flowers in Calypso Coral, I guess, because there is Calypso Coral in that card, in that designer series paper. So Rebecca's saying Lost Lagoon. I'm thinking Lost Lagoon too, but let's see what people think. My thought process went to Lost Lagoon first. Then I pulled out Pool Party, because when you're looking at the designer series paper here, we've got Lost Lagoon in there, but we've also got Pool Party in here too. So anyway, we will see. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my ink and put it onto my block. I'm also going to grab my Wink of Stella. And this is a great way, if you don't have blends, you can color using your Wink of Stella. So all I've done is I've picked up a little bit of that Old Olive ink, and I'm going through on my leaves and adding a little bit of Old Olive to the leaves. And as you can see, I can still color for a fair while using that tiny little bit that I've just picked up on my Wink of Stella. And we're still getting some Old Olive down here. And it's starting to run out on this one, but that's okay. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more. I'm going to go up through the stems and color. I could possibly do the smaller flowers in Pool Party. So I could do the larger flower in the Lost Lagoon and maybe do the smaller, the little tiny flowers in Pool Party. There we go. It says do the cone with dark and the petals in light. Actually, are you talking about this is the cone? Is that what we talk about, the cone, the center of it? Says me being the big plant person I am. Not. I have been rearranging all of my gardens, and that's been a mammoth effort to rearrange all those gardens, but I've been having a lovely time doing it. I mean, I tell a lie. I used to sell plants at the markets of a weekend, so it's not as though I'm a stranger to plants, but a lot of the time I never knew the names, or I knew the names of the things that we were selling, but not names of other things that we didn't sell. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of old olive to these leaves, and I'm adding, when I've got a lot of old olive in the tip, I'm adding the detail of the leaf, and then when I've run out of the old olive, I'm then coloring the rest of the leaf with a little bit of old olive. Okay, and I mean, the whole idea is it's supposed to be looking like a watercolored image. And we don't have to be too particular with our coloring. I know a lot of people put so much emphasis on their coloring, and it looks gorgeous no matter what. My garden is looking amazing. Thanks, Beck. It's been a long, hard journey, I can tell you. Hey, Sharon, thanks for joining. All right, so now once I've actually finished coloring with that, I just run my Wink of Stella on a scrap piece of paper, and I'm good to go for the next color. So let's do Lost Lagoon. So with this, I'm just going to add Lost Lagoon on the other corner of my block. Okay, so we've got some Lost Lagoon happening there. So we'll pick up that. Now with this, I always suggest start off with the darker color. When you've got the most of the Lost Lagoon on the tip of your brush, start off with it and do flicking motions down through that petal. And I don't have to color these totally. I think even just a little bit of color flicking down from the center of that down the petals is really nice. You know, I don't think I'm going to have to do the second one. I feel like I'm liking the way this is anyway. What do you think? Let me look. Let me bring this up a little bit higher for you to see. What do you think? I think that looks pretty. Let's do the smaller one. So, as I said, starting from the base of that petal and just flicking your way down the length of the petal. I think they look pretty good. I don't know whether I need to do this one. I don't think I do. Now, will we do the top of the cone? Will we do it in all Lost Lagoon, dark Lost Lagoon? Like this. We'll add a fair bit of colour. Or should I have done it in a different colour? Should I have done it in a different colour, do you think? Although that's looking quite good. The more I add. What are your thought processes there? Or should I have done it in maybe the smoky slate? Let's try it over here with the smoky slate. We'll add a little bit more Lost Lagoon on there. Okay, let's color this one a bit, and we'll try with a smoky slate center and see what you think. Hi, Nita from California. Where did I say? Carolina. Welcome. So once again, I'm doing the same coloring process, dragging it down through those petals. Lynn's saying it looks good. Are you saying it looks good with the with that? Thank you, Janine. Thank you for that. Okay. I'm just going to try with the smoky slate as the cone part and see if it looks better. Okay, and we'll make a decision. I'm going to use the rest of that on this one. We'll make a decision which one we're going to use. Okay, so that's the dark Lost Lagoon. Now I'm going to run that clear. And I'm going to try with the Smoky Slate. There it is there. And we'll see what that does. Let's pick up Smoky Slate and we'll do Smoky Slate up here. Okay, what's your thought process there? The Smoky Slate or the Lost Lagoon for the cone part? What do you think? Type it in the comments and let me know. I think I'm just going to do Lost Lagoon for the little flowers. I know I was going to do Pool Party, but I think I'm just going to do a bit of Lost Lagoon there. And those. Lost Lagoon's one of my favorite greens. Well, it's a greeny blue, isn't it, really? It's not really green, but... Okay, so I've got Lost Lagoon, Smoky Slate, Lost Lagoon, Lost Lagoon, Smoky Slate, Smoky Slate. That's even. Lost Lagoon, Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon, got it. That means I've now got to colour these Lost Lagoon flowers. Adding a little bit of colour in the centre of those flowers. So needless to say, after the big effort of trying to get my card done yesterday, it's now going to go in this afternoon. So I'm going to have an hour and a half sitting down. So I might take my computer with me and actually sit down and do a bit of computer work while I'm down there. Okay, there we go. So left or right? Tell me which one you want me to do, left or right. We'll cut out both of them and we will see what they look like on. Okay. Clean up those ink pads so I don't get them everywhere. Nita's saying she loves the Lost Lagoon. She loves Lost Lagoon. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's bring in the cut and emboss and we will cut those two out. I'm going to cut both out because we'll see which one looks nicer. Let me grab my die. So that one there. Got to put myself down in the corner this morning. I did that yesterday. I haven't done that for a long time. Is that straight? I think it is. Let's wind that one through. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 for left. We've got 2 for right. We've got 4 for left. That one. And we'll cut out that one. Whoa. Oh, I do know something else I wanted to do, and I haven't done that, so let's do that as well. I was going to cut out some extra leaves to put on. I'm going to stamp some leaves. Okay, everyone's saying left, so they're all saying the Lost Lagoon one, which is this one here that I've just cut out. One. Okay, so I'm going to stamp another couple of things here. I'll pop that out of the way for the time being. I'm going to stamp another couple of things. A bit of white down here. Okay, so I wanted to stamp these leaves, and I'm going to do those in Old Olive. And when you stamp an image, if you get there quick enough with your Wink of Stella, you can move the ink with your Wink of Stella if you get there quick enough. So I'm just going to show you here. It will move the ink a little bit, not so much. If you need to pick up a little bit more, you can add some more. I only want just a highlight of coloring in these leaves. I don't really want a lot. Okay, so let's do another one. I don't know, I might do 3. Whoops. Did you all see what I nearly did then? I nearly went straight into my ink pad. Don't want to do that. So just adding just a little bit of color, just to flicking a little bit of color in those leaves, just to add a little bit of dimension to the leaves, but not a huge amount. I just did a scrapbook workshop kit with this this suite, and the layouts turned out really, really pretty. It's lovely paper. Okay, let's grab the dies and we'll cut that one out and close that up. I also need to stamp something on the back here. I know what I can do on the back. We will stamp just this little one here and we'll color it. This one here. One. Okay. Let's grab a block. Just going to stamp that in Smoky Slate. So remember, if you've just jumped on, please make sure you like and share this video and type in to the comments liked and shared. Let me go. Do I want to? No, I think I'm only just going to do one. Just going to do one. All right, let's bring in that block again. I don't know. I don't have any Lost Lagoon left on it. Let's grab my Lost Lagoon again. Okay. And we'll add some, make sure I've done that clear. Yep. We'll add some Lost Lagoon into our flowers. So not only does coloring with your Wink of Stella help you with your coloring, it also adds glitter, shimmer and shine to your coloring, which is fantastic. So you not only get the colored image, you also get that glimmer and shine happening as well, which I just think it takes your color to a whole new level. I think it's a great way of introductory way of coloring and getting used to coloring with a brush tip. Great way if you wanted to get into watercoloring. It's just a great introduction to be able to do that. So we have that now for our back piece, so we're able to pop that onto our back piece. All right, now let's grab our cut and emboss and we will cut those ones out. Now, if you're brand new to crafting, we have a cut and emboss machine, and this takes your crafting to a whole new level. Being able to cut out die cuts to embellish your cards takes your card making to a whole new level. It was one of the first things that I bought when I started crafting. Believe it or not, many, many years ago, I started crafting scrapbooking. I actually started scrapbooking, and I haven't scrapbooked in most of my time that I've been crafting. I ended up discovering card making, and card making to me was more pleasurable. So I ended up card making and being a card maker through and through. And I still probably am a card maker through and through. But I'm loving my scrapbooking. I'm loving the kits. I'm loving designing my layouts every month for people. So I'm thoroughly enjoying both sides of the crafting. So there you go. We've got a leaf there. And let's cut out another one. So this is part 2 of a 5-part fun fold series. If you've just jumped on later, it's a 5-part fun fold series. And for anyone that places an order, and that one I didn't cut real well, but it'll do. For anyone that places an order of $150 or more through till the 18th of February 2025, you will earn yourself a free kit to make one of each of all of these fun fold cards that we create this week. Okay, there's the third one. Now, I'm going to show you how, if you had a taller version of this card, so I'm probably going to try and work out a taller version as well. I like the fact that this one will fit in our envelopes, that it's a standard size card, but I'd like to make it the other way. But I need a little bit more time to be able to work out the measurements to make it the other way. So what I'm saying is I like it that it's this way, but I want to do it that way and have it folding. So I want a tall card. I want it to stand tall. I don't want it to stand short and squat. So I'm doing the short and squat one this time, but I'm going to try and get myself motivated to be able to do the tall one. Now, if I was going to do the tall one, you can actually pop a piece of acetate. Now this is the secret that I wanted to tell you. This you can actually get out of your photopolymer stamp sets. You'll have a thick sheet of acetate like this, and then you'll have a thin sheet. Now, when you take your stamps off this thick sheet, I'm going to show you here. So here is the stamp set, well, what's left of the stamp set. I've got the thick sheet that the stamps are attached to. If you take your stamps off this thick sheet and stick them straight directly into the back of your stamp case, so in other words here, I could take these stamps off here, stick them straight into here, there and there, and then I use the other thin sheet. Where did I put the other thin sheet? I have them both in my hand. Anyway, the other thin sheet here is the thin sheet. Then you pop the thin sheet over and it protects your stamps, but you're left with these, okay? So these you can use as your acetate pieces, so you can cut them up. You really don't need them. Once you put your stamps in the back there and put the other piece over the top, you don't need this thicker piece. So I'm saying that if you don't have window sheet, you do, because they're in their stamp sets already, all right? So now you can cut a piece to go and slide down in behind here. So if I decided that I wanted to cut a piece there, and I don't actually have to have it as wide as that, I could cut it at, say, 1 inch, okay? I could attach it in here, 1 inch by, we better do it at 4 inches so that we have it the right length. Okay, so 1 inch by 4 inches. Now, I could attach that on the inside there, and then I can have embellishments attached to that and floating. We might do it anyway. Seeing I've done it, we might do it anyway. All right. So to attach that, I would put a piece of tear top and bottom. I know it's very hard to see this piece. It's clear. But I would put a piece of tear and tape on the top of it and on the bottom. Okay. And then I would use my take your pick tool. I would use my take your pick tool to remove that. And I'm going to leave the sticky on the top and the bottom. And then what I would do is I would place that in behind that front layer. So we would place that in the middle here and in behind that front layer. So let's stand it up like that. Stand it up like that. And let's place it on the top and on the bottom. Okay, so now we have a clear piece in here. Okay, so we have a clear piece in there. That now allows us to be able to adhere things onto that clear acetate piece that can then look like it's just floating in the air. Okay, so I'm probably not going to have to do that. I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to have to pop this one at a bit of an angle, so we might pop it that way so that it's still going to fit into our card bases. This is going to fold flat, so it's totally going to fold flat, so it will still fit into our card base. So I can possibly put a little bit of Seal Plus on the middle of the back there, and then I can adhere that to that acetate piece. Okay, right there like that. And then, of course, we can add some of these in behind. So I'll add a little bit of Seal Plus on behind that one. And that one can float out from in behind there. There. And we'll have another one possibly up in through there. So let's go like that. Make sure when you adhere these that you're adhering straight onto your acetate sheet and not anywhere else, because it'll glue down. I should have put these pieces on first, but anyway. That one. Actually, I'm gonna go like that. Then I think I'm going to cut the other piece to go in here. I think I'm going to cut it so it's nice and small to go in through there. We could possibly get more than one piece out of this, so let's try that. Let's cut this piece here. Cut that one, and that one can go in behind there, like so. Okay. And this piece can tuck in, actually maybe in down below that one there. No, I need something out here. I'm going to cut this one because it's too out there. Let's cut that one off. Let's pop this one in here. You might pop that one in there and that one up through there. Okay, so that one there we're going to pop on the back of the other one. So right there, like so. And then this one we're going to pop in down through there. That looks quite cute. Okay, so let's add a little bit of Seal Plus there. And it can pop in down there. Okay, what do you think? How cute is that? We could, even if we wanted to, we could possibly put 2 flowers in here. We could, oh, a second one in there would have looked quite nice as well. I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually use this one. I'm going to cut this in through here. I don't really need that bottom flower there, and I don't need all of this flower, so I'm just going to cut that like so. I'm going to tuck him in there. Yes, 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 yes. I like the look of that. So I'm going to add some Seal Plus on there. I'm just going to tuck him in there and stick it and press it from behind. You love it, Deborah? Look at that. Oh, how gorgeous is that? And then it's going to fold flat and go into our card, into our envelope. So that's the beauty of it. Now, we've got the back piece. And actually, to tell you the truth, I could possibly resurrect this to go on my back. No one will ever know. Look at this. We can resurrect that and pop that onto our back piece. Actually, you know what? I could possibly take that away and just have that. Look at that. Yes. We can do that. We're going to do that. Look at that. All right, I'm going to glue that one on the back. So I haven't wasted any of those that are colored. I'm able to use it on the back piece. So this one here, I'm going to go like so. So the flowers in behind that we've stamped has created a little bit of a background there. We'll become florist as well. It's a little bit like that, isn't it? You know, like, oh God, have I done that the right way? Let me see. I haven't done it the right way. You know what? I'm going to cut these down. I want it to work on the back, but I mean, I've done that the wrong way. I should have had it up the other way. Can I take that off? Can I take that off? We can. We can. Oh, where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, we're going to change this because that's got to be done this way. Up that way. Okay, we've got to stamp again. Sorry about that, people. You thought the card was nearly over. We're going to do this. And there. And we're going to, see, you see me make mistakes and how I fix it. Where's my Lost Lagoon? There it is there. We will colour these again quickly. We will add that piece that we pulled off. I've saved the day. There's always two sides to each piece of cardstock, people, so don't ever give up. Don't ever think I can't fix that, because I just showed you that we can. Okay, let's add that. Can go back in here like. I haven't got it looking as pretty as what I did before, but it'll do. It was looking pretty at the time before. You're going to have a go at making this one, Judith? Yep. I stamped that at a different angle, but anyway. There. And then that is going to glue onto that back panel. So that's where you're going to have room to write your greeting to the recipient. And then, of course, the one thing that's going to absolutely finish this card off is a little bit of the wink. And I've got probably still some Lost Lagoon in there, so it might put some Lost Lagoon. I think my wink's nearly out. Oh, there we go. Might put some Lost Lagoon splatters over it as well because I didn't clean it out. But let's go here. But the beauty of colouring with the Wink of Stella, as I said, you've already got that gorgeous look happening anyway. Now, I thought what I might do is these basic grey and smoky slate pearls. Please tell me that they're still available, because I think they are. I'm nearly positive they are. I'm going to use these as my embellishments because I just thought some smoky slate pearls and things would look really, really pretty on this card. So let's go. I feel like I want to use these ones. Let's go one there and one there. Let's scatter some little ones in through our flowers there, and maybe a couple there. I don't know, just popping them around and there. Okay, so they were the basic grey and smoky slate pearls. And I just think they set that off just nicely. I just remembered I forgot to go live on Instagram as usual, but anyway, at least people will be able to see on Instagram what I've just finished doing. But as you can see, a really cute, great, fun fold. That folds flat to go into an envelope, which is the main thing with fun folds. We want to be able to, but then when it stands up, it's this gorgeous, it's so hard to show you what it looks like when it stands up, but you can see there the shape of this card. Thanks, Beck. Yeah, I thought they were, because I cleaned out all of my embellishments and I was checking online as I was finding the embellishments to see if they were still available. So there you go. A really awesome fun fold. Now I need to bring in the fun fold that my team member made, and this was a Christmas card that she made. So there's mine. This was hers. She made it with that gorgeous golden green designer series paper, and so there you go. There's two versions of that card. Now mine's a little bit longer than hers. Hers is only, when it folds flat, it only goes to 5.5. I like to go the full 5 3/4. So I've made mine go the whole full 5 3/4 inches. But that was from one of my talented team members as a Christmas card. So there you have another great fun fold. So fantastic card, Nita. You like it? So there you go. And honestly, it doesn't have to be too hard. I think fun folds, people overthink them. And when I looked at it, I thought I could even possibly do the base of this card. So physically, like that piece there of this card, and then just do 2 strips across the front and score them and fold them. That was my thought process, was I could even possibly do that if I didn't want to do the whole piece, and then cut that piece out. You could physically just make your 5 3/4 inch piece and do those 2 score lines. And then you could make 2 strips, 1 1/4 inches long, to go across the front, and put some tabs and hook them on both sides. Easy as. So sometimes you just got to look at a card and think about how you can dissect that card to make it easy for you to recreate. And I think it comes from, I don't know, sometimes I think it comes from being someone that can do sewing and dressmaking and putting patterns together. You just need to be able to look at something and pull it apart and see if there's a way of doing it. And I'm just thinking of how my team member did it. No, she just glued her 2 flap over pieces on the sides. Now I was going to go with her measurements, and then in the end I did my own measurements. So I'll pop those measurements up once again, because I know that everyone likes to say, what are the measurements? And here are the measurements across my screen there. So please take a screenshot. Please press pause if you need to press pause, so that you can actually get those measurements to recreate this gorgeous card. But I mean, 2 totally different cards using the same idea, but using different designer series paper. So can you imagine using different designer series paper, and you could physically embellish at the front with just about anything. Putting that acetate layer in the front allows you to be able to do it. I'm thinking floating butterflies in there, and they can look like they're butterflies that are flying up through there as well. So so many good fun things. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. As I said, if you wanted to place an order for $150 or more through my online store until the 18th of February, you can scan that QR code there. It's got the host code connected to it. I will give you a free card kit of whole three projects that I've done. Hang on, and I'll pop my camera back down. We'll let you look at that. I'm going to go and grab my other card from yesterday. So I'll just grab it quickly. So you can see 2 of the card kits that you will be getting. So this was my one from yesterday. And I know that everyone loved it. But as you can see, easy cards to make, but such a great fun. Oh, your big brown box just arrived, Marilyn. Go and enjoy. Go and enjoy. So please remember, like and share. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I will be back again for another live video at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning with another fun fold. I've got to think of something else to come up with, but I'll be back tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you all again soon. There is a list of all the products that I've used in the description of the video. In Show More box down below on YouTube, you can find all the links to head over to the shop if you wanted to purchase any of the items that I've used today. Same with yesterday's video. There's always a supply list in the description of the video for you to be able to click and jump online and shop. Thanks, everyone.